Super Bowl is coming up, so I have a few easy appetizers for you to whip up to enjoy that day. Hey guys, if you are new, my name is Vanessa, and like I already mentioned, today you guys are gonna hang out with me in the kitchen, and I am going to share a few appetizers, and a dessert is included in that for you guys to whip up for Super Bowl or anytime, but they are perfect for that game day coming up. This is also a collab with my really good friend, Kira. You guys have probably heard me mention her a ton of times, not only on this channel, but on my vlog channel. We have become super close over the last few years, getting to know each other. She shares a lot of the same style content over on her channel, 50 Shades of Mom. So I'll have her channel linked down below. And originally, we were supposed to share 3 appetizers and 1 dessert, but I had some technical difficulty last week, and then this week just feeling a little ick and under the weather, so I was not able to get all of mine done, but she does have 3 different appetizers and a dessert, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys 2 appetizers and a dessert. So I'm sharing 3, she's sharing 4, but we have lots of yummy goodness for you guys to enjoy. Now, before I get into the recipes, I did want to talk to you guys just a little bit. So if you guys don't know, Kira and I actually came out with a digital cookbook that is available on both of our websites. My website is linked in the description box always, and this is super easy. It's only $9.99. It's got 60 recipes in it that are also perfect for game days or get-togethers, or just, you know, hanging out with your family, whatever you want. It's got 20 drinks, 20 appetizers, and 20 desserts. So Kira is sharing 2 of her recipes out of our book in her video, and I was gonna share 2 as well, but I only ended up filming 1 of them. And then I've got a new appetizer to share and a dessert, and she's gonna be sharing a dessert and a new appetizer that is not in our cookbook as well. On top of that, we have gotten a lot of feedback from you guys, and you all want it printed. I did want to share that you can still print a digital cookbook. I went ahead and printed mine out and just picked up a super small binder. You guys could get a binder from the Dollar Tree, and I stuck mine in there. But you guys wanted a little bit more. What Kira and I decided to do is we are going to put it up on Amazon. It is going to be available March 1st for sale. Now, because it is coming to you already printed, it's not going to be that $9.99 price tag. It is going to be $19.99, which is the same price as our other cookbook that we already have on Amazon that we did a few years ago. But not only that, we are gonna go ahead and offer pre-orders like we did with our first cookbook. So if you guys would like to get in on the pre-order for the printed copy or bound copy of the cookbook that Kira and I have, it's gonna be at a discounted price. It's gonna be $14.99, and we will go ahead and sign that if you guys want that. If you don't want us to sign it, no big deal, just let us know. By letting us know, all you have to do is email us. So if you're watching Kira's video, or you just prefer to email her, she has her email in her description box, and mine is in my description box. So all I want you to do is, if you're interested, send me an email. Let me know that you want to pre-order a cookbook. Let me know if you would like it signed or not. And also let me know what address or what email address you use for PayPal, because that is what we are going to use. It's the easiest, and we will send you a payment request from there. Okay, so hopefully I did not forget anything, but if you have any questions, feel free to add that in your email as well, or maybe Kira added a little bit extra, or if I forgot anything, she went over it in her video. So that is all the extra news that I wanted to share with you guys today. Let me go ahead and take you down to my counter, and we are going to whip up some easy but still really delicious appetizers. First up, we are making one of my recipes in Kira and my cookbook. This is Instant Pot Spinach and Artichoke Dip. This is a recipe that I change up depending on just different things that I have on hand. Sometimes I add a few more ingredients, but today I'm just keeping it super simple, and that's what I decided to share in the cookbook as well. So I have already showed you guys that I printed mine out. The picture is awful because my printer was running out of color by this time, but let me see. You guys can see the shadow of the camera here, but let me see if I can pause. You guys can screenshot that or write it down. I'll actually go ahead and have this written out in the description box. That way you guys can copy it a little bit easier. But here are the ingredients and the directions. It's super easy. I love my Instant Pot. If you guys are not new, you know that I share a lot within my Instant Pot. But here are all of my ingredients. The one thing that I decided not to go out and buy is chicken broth. I do have some chicken bouillon powder, but I found this in my pantry and it's been in my pantry for a while. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I think it's gonna give it a little bit of an extra oomph because this is mushroom chicken bone broth. So I'm excited to try that in here. Any chicken broth is fine. I'm gonna be using this, and about a cup of that. I'm going to be using this can of quartered artichoke hearts. I like to get the quartered. You can find cans where they're whole or halved, but I like them cut up a little small. So this is just really what you prefer and how you like your artichokes. I'm gonna be using a little bit of onion powder, about 2 teaspoons, or really just to taste. If you wanna add more, you can. The minced garlic, I'm using about, probably about 3 teaspoons of this actually. I have to double check my recipe because I wrote down amounts, but really when I'm cooking, I don't measure unless I'm sharing it with you guys. I just kind of pour things in and go for it, but I like to give you guys measurements just so in case you're not super comfortable in the kitchen and doing that. So I am going to do about 3 teaspoons of that, this entire 8-ounce block of cream cheese. As far as the mayo, I'm going to use half a cup of the mayo, and then also half a cup of sour cream. And then we've got, so I could not find, I normally use the chopped spinach that you can find, I think it's in a box, is the one that I normally get. I did a Walmart grocery delivery, and all they had online for me to pick from was this 12-ounce bag, and the box is about 14 ounces. So this, I mean, not a huge difference, but I am not gonna have as much spinach as I typically do this time around because I couldn't find that 14-ounce box, but really just however much spinach you want. And then, not shown yet because we're not using it yet, is a whole bunch of cheese. I love cheese, but we're actually not going to cook that in the Instant Pot. We're gonna stir it in afterwards. So let me go ahead and get everything in the Instant Pot, show you guys all the yummy ingredients, and then we'll get to cooking. And then, like I mentioned, we will add the cheese. I have all my ingredients in there. Stir it up the best you can. Now, the cream cheese, all I did was use a spoon to break it apart, and then I just mixed everything together. The cream cheese isn't going to mix perfectly because it is a block of cheese, but that is a-okay. Once you've got everything in there, go ahead and close your lid. Make sure your Instant Pot is sealing, not venting. And a little side note, make sure it's not under your cabinet. So I have mine pulled out and kind of turned to the side, so when I am ready to let the steam out, it's not gonna go and ruin the bottom of my cabinet. So you can also, if your cabinet or your countertop doesn't come out far enough for you to do that, they do sell things. I'll try to find one and link it down below. They do sell little toppers where you can direct the steam to the side so it's not coming up. I just wanted to point out that little tip. But now that I've got everything in here, I'm going to push manual, which my Instant Pot, the manual button just goes ahead and puts it on high pressure. If you have like a pressure cook button or anything like that, you're just gonna press that. You just need to get your pot on high pressure, not low. And I am going to cook this for 4 minutes. Once your 4 minutes of cook time is up, do a quick release. So that knob up means that there is a ton of pressure in here. So you definitely don't want to release the pressure when your hand is over here because you could burn yourself. So keep your hand off to the side and just release the pressure. Okay, so see, it really doesn't matter that you can't mix that cream cheese in right away because it gets nice and melty and you can mix that in. So now all I'm gonna do is add in my cheese. So I'm adding in a bag, 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese. And then I've made this several different ways. I've used all the, like the shelf stable, this Parmesan cheese before, and then I've used all like the fresh or already shredded for you, refrigerated, or like the cold section Parmesan cheese. And I've come to find out, because I mean, I've made a ton of different variations of spinach artichoke dip. It is definitely one of my favorites. I like a mixture of both. So I have a 6 ounce bag of the fresh Parmesan cheese. And then I'm gonna use this entire container. What is it, 8 ounces? Yeah, so you need about 16 ounces total of Parmesan cheese. So like I said, whatever you want to do, or if you already have like a specific kind on hand, but if I have to go out and buy anything, I like to do the mixture. So I'm gonna do this entire can, or not can, but you know, this thing of the grated. And now we're just gonna mix all this cheese in, and it's gonna melt. The mixture is already super hot from cooking. That is the last step, but I'm gonna show you guys an easy way to serve this up so it's more of a handheld appetizer. All right, guys, so if you want this to be more like handheld appetizer, just cut up some French bread or a baguette if you can find a thicker bread, and put a little dollop of your spinach and artichoke mixture on top, and it is more handheld, but like I do share in the cookbook, you could serve this. Our favorite is actually those little non-dippers, but I did not have any and couldn't find one available from the Walmart pickup. And we also really enjoy carrots. It is so good. Those little mini baby carrots my kids love. Well, not all of them, because I do have a couple picky ones, but I do have a few that love that as well, using carrots, and I enjoy the carrots as well. So this is my super easy but really flavorful spinach and artichoke dip that you can make in your Instant Pot. Next recipe I am sharing with you guys, I'm using another one of my favorite appliances, and that is the air fryer. So I love this thing. It works amazing and quick. So this one is not in the cookbook. This is just a new recipe that I'm sharing, that I've made another recipe that is really easy to switch up and use what you enjoy. Like, you can flavor it however you want, but this is what I'm making. This is one that my oldest daughter Paige enjoys, and my husband Mark. I am actually not a fan of anything spicy or like with the red hot sauce. I'm not a fan of like that buffalo flavor or anything like that, but Paige and Mark are. So this is something that I am making for them. I typically use like a head of cauliflower, but when I was doing the Walmart pickup, I noticed that they had this bag, which I thought was equivalent to about a head, and maybe it's pretty close, but I do believe a head of cauliflower will give you a little bit more. But since this is only for 2 people, this is the perfect amount. But anyway, you can do a whole head of cauliflower, or if they have those little bags, the steamer bags, that is what I am using. And I just chopped them up a little smaller because they were pretty big chunks. So again, with this recipe, I will have them all listed out in the description box. But these are the ingredients I'm going to be using: some garlic powder, the Frank's Red Hot. I'm not using this whole stick. I'm gonna use, I think, about 2 tablespoons, and I am going to melt it. Then we've got some parsley, any kind of seasoning salt. I really like Trader Joe's 21 seasoning salute, so I'm going to be using that. This is olive oil, and then I've got some almond flour here, and of course the cauliflower that I already talked about. So that's all the ingredients. What I'm going to do is, I have 2 extra bowls here. I'm going to melt the butter and then add the butter, red hot sauce, and olive oil in one bowl. Basically, I'm doing the dry ingredients and then the wet ingredients. So I'm gonna be doing those 3 in the smaller bowl. I mean, it really doesn't matter your bowl size. And then I'm going to do the garlic powder, the other seasonings, the seasoning salute, parsley, and the almond flour in the other bowl.
Turn the tide, let the water go where it wants to go. You can run and hide, you can bury yourself beneath the stones. Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice. Don't let your fear decide. That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody is waiting down the line to pick up the pieces
Okay, now that I've got the wet ingredients all soaked into the cauliflower and the dry ingredients coating each of them, now it's time to get our air fryer ready. Okay, so I am gonna go ahead and set my air fryer. It's already at 350, but I want it, oh, wrong one, 350. It's already at 350, but I need it to cook for 15 minutes. I am going to let it preheat. Now the reason I didn't let it preheat, and it's gonna be loud, while I was mixing everything together is because I want the cauliflower to be able to soak into this for a little bit. So, and it doesn't take that long to preheat. So while it's preheating, my cauliflower is soaking up all those yummy seasonings and flavors. And then once it has preheated, we will put these in for that 15-minute mark. Okay, that took maybe like 2 minutes. But I've got my cauliflower in there and now it's gonna cook for 15. I am going to maybe like at 5 minutes and then again at 10 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take the basket out, give it a good shake, and then pop it back in there. Oh, I wish I enjoyed hot sauce because these smell and look so good, nice and toasty. You definitely want to keep them in there until they start getting the nice brown because that'll make them extra crispy. So this is ready for Paige and Mark to gobble up, but just a quick, easy appetizer or, you know, side dish to dinner. We're kind of having a couple different things for dinner tonight, so this is going to be perfect. And now it is time for something sweet. Dessert, and this has only 4 ingredients. I've got some Cool Whip and I'm going to be using all of each of these. So this 8-ounce container of Cool Whip, this is a 7-ounce container of marshmallow cream, 8 ounces of cream cheese that has been softened. I've just set it out on the counter and let it sit for a little bit, and now it is nice and soft, so it should mix very, very easily. And then this I thought was a 14-ounce can of cherry pie filling. I wasn't paying attention. It's 21 ounces. So I'm just gonna wing it, pour a little bit. You guys will see when I whip this together, this is not getting mixed in. It's kind of just sitting on the top, super easy. So I'm gonna pour some on top and see if the whole can is too much or just kind of, you guys will see. Just pour it and see how much I think looks good, but you can't have too much cherry, right? We'll see. But this is all you need. Let's go ahead and mix this up.
Let me take a breath. Let me be a part of something real. Someone said it's better when you hold on to a helping hand. Sometimes we could all use a friend. Don't let your fear decide. That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody's waiting down the line to pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright.
Guys, and here it is. So you saw me mix everything and then I just layered the can, and that actually was the perfect amount. I don't know why I was thinking it would be too much. I guess just I was basing off of the measurements on everything else. It was around like the 8-ounce mark and that can was 21 ounces and I was like, whoa, that's a lot, but really it looks great. And then I just broke apart some graham crackers and these are the perfect little dipping size for it. Yum. Also, I'm gonna eat that in just a minute, but you guys don't wanna hear me crunching on that. This is super easy to change up. So today's theme is like super easy appetizers for, you know, Super Bowl, which is coming up. So I chose the cherry because Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, but you could use any kind of pie filling. You could use lemon if you wanted to do like more of a summer sweet treat. You could do blueberry. I mean, really any kind of pie filling. And this would be perfect. You know, I still have Christmas on the brain for some reason. We're already at the end of January going into February, and I don't know, I'm still thinking about Christmas. It's probably because I just took the remaining Christmas decor down. Yes. At the very end of January, I finally got everything put up, but you get what I'm saying, right? You could do any kind of topping on top of this. This is also perfect. You can make this ahead of time. You can make it the day before and just keep it covered in the fridge and you are good to go. So yum, yum, yum. My kids are gonna be super excited to dig into this after school today. All right, you guys, that is all that I have to share with you today or tonight. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be posted at nighttime. So thanks for hanging out with me. If you guys like these types of videos, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new. I also, just one more time, in case you are interested in getting this in a printed version, go ahead and send me that email. And if you didn't know that we had that as a digital version, it is on our website, so you can check that out, which is in the description box. So with that, I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.